Are you guys ready to discover the world's most secretive cities? From underground layers to hidden towns, this episode will dive into the world's most fascinating secret cities. Welcome to another episode here on FTD Facts. Leroy Kenton here. Let's jump into this one. Number 10 leads us to the Stay Behind Cave. Located at the southern tip of Spain, there are a series of tunnels inside the northern end of the Rock of Gibraltar. Gibraltar harbored a subterranean city during World War II. The tunnels, controlled by the British, enabled the Allies to run spy networks and safeguard the strategic location of the rock near the Mediterranean Sea. The tunnels concealed various facilities including a telephone exchange, power generating station, water distillation plant, hospital, bakery, ammunition magazines, as well as a vehicle maintenance shop. The network spanned 34 miles or 55 kilometers, and some parts are open to guided tours. Overnight stays are permitted in the top secret British spy base within the rock, but only 30 guests can visit the Stay Behind Cave each year. Number 9 leads us to the Manhattan Project, United States. So the US Army had acquired some land in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Los Alamos, New Mexico, as well as Hanford, Richland, Washington back in the year 1942. Thousands of young workers quickly arrived and built prefabricated houses and industrial structures in these remote areas, which were not marked on any map and remained unknown to the public despite a population of 125,000. On August 6, 1945, President Harry S. Truman revealed the existence and the purpose of these cities, which were part of the Manhattan Project, which was a research initiative that led to America's first nuclear weapons. In at the number 8 spot, we have Wunsdorf, Germany. Wunsdorf, Germany was a former Nazi headquarters hidden in a pine forest. Following the end of World War II, the Soviet took control of the area in 1945. Approximately 75,000 individuals settled in Little Moscow, which was situated around 25 miles from Berlin. It was the largest Soviet military encampment outside of the USSR, containing things like stores and schools, as well as it had daily trains to Moscow. When the Soviet Union ended up falling, many residents were instructed to leave, abandoning 98,300 rounds of ammunition and thousands of other munitions. Burlington, England comes in at the number 7 spot. Before its declassification in December 2004, only a select few were aware of the existence of Burlington, a 35-acre subterranean facility in Wiltshire that could house 4,000 government personnel in the event of a nuclear war or invasion. This subterranean stronghold, known as Burlington, sits within a 240-acre abandoned quarry and can only be accessed through secret entrances. Inside, there are specifically designed rooms for the government, as well as a space for a hospital, bakery, and BBC broadcasting studios. Although it is not possible to explore Burlington, the local newspaper has shared eerie photographs, and the Ministry of Defense bunker video can be found online. From there, let's take a look at Portland, Oregon. The events that occurred in Portland during the 1800s remain a subject of disagreement among historians. Some historians assert that an underground city was in operation, where unsuspecting loggers would be taken to work on ships after stopping at a local tavern and waking up on board with a one-way ticket to Asia. But then there's other historians that claim that the tunnels that connected Portland's Chinatown to former gambling and opium dens were responsible. These tunnels stretch from Old Town Chinatown to downtown Portland and also connect bar and hotel basements with the Willamette River docks. Coming in at number 5, we have Camp Century in Greenland. Although it may seem like a storyline from, let's say, a James Bond movie or something, Project Iceworm was a real thing. The United States Army's objective was to establish a nuclear missile launch site beneath Greenland's ice sheet, and this would be close enough to target the Soviet Union with medium-range missiles. Now the plan involved drilling a tunnel system extending 2,500 miles beneath the ice, and to test this out, a covert Cold War project known as Camp Sentry was initiated in 1959. However, by the mid-1960s, the icy surface forced the United States to abandon the project. And despite the sub-zero conditions though, around 200 engineers working on the project Iceworm enjoyed relatively comfortable living spaces, including an underground city with facilities ranging from a cinema to a barbershop and things like that. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have WIELICZKA salt mines in Poland. The WIELICZKA salt mine, located near Krakow, Poland, is a remarkable site filled with history and some myths too. The mine, which operated from the 13th century until 2007, primarily produced table salt, but only a small fraction of the mine is accessible to the public. During World War II, the Germans used the mine as an underground manufacturing facility, and over time, Polish miners crafted intricate statues and transformed some of the mine's chambers into religious chapels. The Chapel of St. Kinga, the largest underground church on the planet, is also situated in the mine. And today the mine is a very popular tourist attraction. Coming down to the number 3 spot, we have Moose Jaw, Canada. There were many Chinese immigrants in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan in Canada, and they worked in steam laundries over 100 years ago. And some lived in underground tunnels to save money from the Canadian citizenship head tax. Now, during the 1920s Prohibition era, bootleggers actually used the tunnels to transport alcohol between Canada and the United States. Even the notorious crime boss Al Capone ran a vast business empire across North America, earning over $100 million a year. The tunnels today, though, are open for tourists to explore. Number 2 leads us to IMBER, England. In preparation for the D-Day landing, British and American forces required a training location, and as a result, the entire village in IMBER, England was evacuated back in 1943. The residents were instructed to leave just before Christmas and were never allowed to return. The village was erased from the map, and most of the structures were demolished with the exception of the church, which actually still stands today. The abandoned village is sometimes open to the public for guided tours, although this is definitely something that happens on a rare occasion. Ending off at number 1, here we have Chernobyl 2 in Ukraine. Chernobyl 2, which is a town in Ukraine, was once a thriving hub for a radar station and a top secret military base. The town was constructed in the 1970s to house around 1,000 officers, workers, as well as their families. It included a hospital, a school, a hotel, shops, as well as a fire station. However, the town was situated just 10 kilometers south of Chernobyl, where a nuclear accident in 1986 forced the evacuation of 350,000 people from the surrounding area. Now, despite the risk of living in one of the most polluted places on the planet, a few residents have actually returned to the exclusion zone and live in wooden cottages without running water or electricity. Entering Chernobyl is restricted, but private helicopter tours are available for those who want to see the area from above. That concludes this episode looking at 10 secret cities hidden from the rest of the world. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and don't forget to leave a big thumbs up if you made it this far. Until next time guys, stay awesome, stay educated, and I'll see you soon.